Hey everyone, Rob here from Gunfather Milsim, and today we're going to talk about medic rules. Now, contrary to popular belief, medic rules really aren't designed to simulate any sort of combat emergency medical treatment. Okay, the medic rules are a necessary game mechanic to keep units in contact with each other for longer. Okay, so you're not making as many trips back to respawn, so you're in contact with the enemy longer, so you're having more fun. Okay, more action. That is the point of a medic rule. So I've been to a lot of different ops over the years, seen a lot of different medic rules. A lot of them involve just really cheap bandages, like ace bandages that people wrap or just tie in a knot, put on people's arms, and it's rife with abuse, and it doesn't really accomplish, I think, maybe what the game organizers are going for. More kind of advanced games I've seen, they actually sell, like with your player pack, you get a tourniquet, which is usually just some elastic bandage with some Velcro on it, and you just wrap it around your arm and put it on there, and it's supposed to simulate a tourniquet, which is fine. It's better than just letting people bring an ace bandage, but it's still kind of inadequate in my opinion. And I think there's a great opportunity for game organizers to actually teach their players some life-saving skills that they can use off the airsoft field if they just invest a little bit of money and actually use some real-world tourniquets. Now, what I have here is a cat tourniquet. This is what I use operationally at work as a SWAT officer. You can buy these from North American Rescue. That's who makes the cat. I have a ton of these. I have these in my truck. I have them in first aid kits all around my house. You just can't have enough of these around. So North American Rescue sells these for about $30, and they're up to the Gen 7. I have no idea what generation this one is. It's definitely an earlier one. They also make a bunch of knockoffs of these. So if you go on Amazon or eBay, and it costs about $7, and you can buy them in packs of 4 or 5 or whatever, but they cost about $7 each. That's not a real North American Rescue tourniquet. That's a knockoff, which means the windlass thing that you actually use to tighten down the tourniquet is probably made of some cheap plastic that's going to break. Doesn't work great if you're in a real world situation, but it can work great for airsoft and only costs you $7. In my opinion, there's a great opportunity for game organizers to use real tourniquets to give their players some life-saving skills while they're playing airsoft, stuff they can actually use in the real world. In my opinion, learning how to apply a tourniquet correctly should be right up there with using the Heimlich maneuver and doing CPR. It should be just something that everybody knows how to do, because if you live your life long enough and you're around enough people, sooner or later you're going to use this stuff and you're going to save a life. Okay. Personally, I've used the Heimlich maneuver like 4 times. 3 of them were on kids. It just comes up a lot. Thank God I've never had to use CPR on anybody, but you never know in my career it might happen. So I think a great way for airsoft players to get some reps in how to apply these to themselves in the real world would be to carry one of the knockoffs on them, on their gear, right, in their IFAC, or whatever the hell you want to call it, while they're playing their ops. And in the event they do get hit, they can either A, have someone else apply it to them, or B, even better, put it on themselves. And as a result, they would be able to medic themselves back in one time. Some people might scoff at that, but I think you should award people for trying to learn a handy skill that can save their life in the real world. Now, so real quick, I want to talk about this cat tourniquet. And these, what I'm telling you here, will work fine on the knockoff as well. The knockoffs are actually pretty good. It's just the materials are cheaper, and they're really not going to break until you really try it in a real world situation. So, but these rules are going to work for both. So here it is right here. You got your strap, you got your Velcro. You're going to see there's a buckle in here. This buckle's got 2 gaps. Always run through just one gap of the buckle. That'll keep it plenty tight for like an arm. If you're going to put it on somebody's leg, you want to go through both gaps because it's a larger surface area and you want it to be stronger. But for just an arm, you're fine going through one, and that's how you're going to prep it. So you're going to go through that one. You're going to leave a hole about this big so you can put it on your arm by yourself with one arm. You're going to leave a little tail here at the end that's easy to grab. Now we're going to go over here, and you're going to see there's this kind of plastic clip area here, and there's a little piece of Velcro that goes across it like that. What that is for is securing the windlass in place when you're done. Tighten it up just like that. On the newer models this is white, but on this one it's black. No big deal. You want to secure this like that so this gap is open for you when you're going to use your tourniquet, and then you're going to wrap it up like so, and you're going to store it wherever you're going to store it, either in your IFAC pouch or on your arm, or however you want to store it in your molly. Okay, now when it comes time to deploy it, it's going to look like so. You're going to take it off, pull it out. We're going to simulate I'm hitting my left arm. You're going to take this, run your arm through it, take that little thing we grabbed earlier, pull way up, way down, wrap around. Now in an airsoft context, I'm only going to go around one time, drop it in that little gap, pull this here, secure the windlass, and then with everything I got left, I'm just going to wrap it up in the windlass like this. Okay? Now this isn't overly tight. Okay, this isn't cutting off any circulation. I could play like this for several hours. Obviously just airsoft. There's no reason to really cut off my circulation because there's no blood loss. I think as a medic rule, if someone has the ability to do this by themselves and do it with only one hand, then you should let them medic themselves. And then there's your medic rule. You yell spawning in, and you go play some more. And as a bonus, you're learning some real life-saving skills, and you're learning how to do it under stress, how to apply it under stress. I just think it would be a great rule area to use, and it would only cost, everybody should buy the knockoff, $7 for you to buy one. Now, how do I take this off? No big deal. Unstrap that. Take off my little windlass security thing. Go around once. Take it off. Now, after you take it off, because there's kind of a little bit of cordage in here that tightens up, that causes it to tighten up, pull it like so to stretch out that cordage in there. And then we're going to once again going through one buckle, give myself a little tail, something to grab onto, and there we go. We're set again to use this again in the future. Now, the real ones, will put up with a lot of abuse. You can use these for years. If you're gonna buy a real one for $30 and use it for airsoft, I would recommend you buy another one and not use it. Just keep it, store it somewhere in your truck or whatever for real world use. On the SWAT team, we have a bunch of these that we use for trainers. Our trainer ones are separate for training, and the real ones we don't mess with because we don't want them to fail when we need them. But I can tell you the trainers, we've been using the same trainers for years, and they hold up with all the abuse just fine. So that's my 2 cents on using real world tourniquets as your medic rule in Airsoft Milsim. Hopefully some game promoter out there sees this and wants to use that in their games, and I can come actually do this in a real game. I think it's a great way to actually learn some real world medical skills while you're playing airsoft. Some might be concerned that, oh my God, you're going to hurt people, you're going to tighten it down too much, and they're going to cut off their circulation. If you're that stupid, you shouldn't be handling an airsoft gun to begin with. I don't see anybody doing that. If you do, I don't want you on the airsoft field. You're just not smart enough. So that's my whole spiel on that. Quick channel announcement. I am still selling Gunfather Milsim patches in the red scheme, blue scheme, and grayscale. These are $8 a piece, and I'm selling Gunfather 1-point bungee slings. I have these in all sorts of different colors. This one happens to be OD. You want to purchase one of these, go over to unsavorytees.com, t-shirt website, go to Unsavory Army, Gunfather Milsim store, click on that. It'll take you direct to the store. Also on my channel up by the top right, there's a link there that goes directly to the store as well. Support my channel, please. Order some of these. Like, subscribe. You guys know how YouTube works. Thanks for watching.